So every now and then, come all the way to Toronto, Canada, to chop it up with a guy from Dallas, Texas. Andy, so glad you made it, buddy.
Thank you.
So we got a chance to talk over the phone and get to know each other.
Right.
But I got to know a little bit about you, that you were a professional baseball player at one point.
I did. I chased the minor league and the big league dream, but stayed in the minors.
What position did you play?
I was a catcher.
Oh, you're a catcher?
Mm-hmm.
How are those knees feeling these days?
Good. They're great.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got to tell you, what's the funniest thing you've ever done catching as a catcher?
Few rain delays running on the tarp, being stupid.
Did you do the
Like
belly flop?
Like the old Rick Dempsey deal, you know? It's kind
Rick
of hard.
Dempsey. You know who else did it, the belly flop fun? Remember the guy from the Oakland A's? He was a pitcher. He had like the sinker ball. Eckersley. Dennis Eckersley.
Yeah.
Remember Dennis Eckersley?
I was going to say Blyleven, but yeah, Eckersley.
Yeah, Eckersley was a funny guy. That was a funny guy.
Yeah, he was.
What did playing baseball and being part of a team teach you about business and the business of oil?
The bottom line, baseball is a team sport. There is a me in team, but primarily it's a team sport, and it just teaches you that you have to work together with others, especially in the oil business. It's, yes, I am the owner, I'm the operator, I got to do it, but without my guys in the field and my Donnie and my supervisors, I can't do none of it. So it's a team game. That's what it's all about.
We talk a little bit about the movie Landman, which is making oil and the oil business cool. Billy Bob Thornton's doing a great job with the role. It's actually an interesting storyline. And one of the things they talk about in Landman is the Permian Basin. Talk a little bit about the Permian Basin, because I find that to be interesting.
Well, it is very interesting. Last year in 25, we did like 7.5 billion barrels of oil.
Think about that for a second. 7.5 billion barrels of oil.
Yeah, in the U.S. and 33 trillion cubic feet of gas in the U.S. We produce 19 to 20 million barrels of oil out of West Texas in the Permian Basin, and it's all for our consumption in a yearly basis. And we're anticipating doing 25% more than we did in 25.
Wow. You know, it's funny, we talked earlier to a guy who's, he had like a friend that bought a ton of land in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Who would have known Kentucky has oil?
I do. There's oil in lots of towns. It's just like the Marcellus Shale that's in Pennsylvania. When it first came out some 10, 12 years ago, Pennsylvanians were like, no way, we don't got oil here, we don't got gas. Now they're one of the biggest gas shale plays in the country, besides the Bakken Shale. But yeah, there's a lot of little pockets. Kansas City, Kansas has a bunch.
Oklahoma?
Yeah, Oklahoma has. Oklahoma's a good prospect, and I'm glad you brought that up. I have a horizontal prospect there. And I'm very, very convinced we'll make 6 to 8 times our money back in 30 years of production.
What is it that got you passionate about the oil business? I mean, it's a dangerous business. It's just being in the oil business. Drilling for oil is not easy. That's a real man's job.
Well, I will sum it up to tell you that I was also a broker, and I literally, after 6 months, 7 months of being a broker and having a Series 7 license, I felt very, very like the analogy for picking stock. Throw a dart at it and whatever you hit might work. And that just wasn't me. I didn't just play baseball behind the plate and call curveballs just for fun. It wasn't me.
You had a thought behind things. You thought things through.
Yeah, and so I was like, man, this is ridiculous. So I started with the oil business, and you can drill dry holes. But for the most part, today's technology, horizontal drilling, good verticals, 3D seismic, you pretty much can still have to drill it with the know-how that you can drill a dry hole, but for the most part, you can make wells.
You talk about being a thinker, a thinking man's man.
That's
So
right.
working with your son, you're in the oil business. What is some of the vision that you have for your life over the next 18 months? What are some of the things that you see yourself doing?
I see myself raising the capital to drill my Oklahoma project and my Permian Basin project. In the Permian Basin, we have a lease that has infill drilling. We have 8 to 10 wells that we can go rework zones behind pipe, which are proven, just undeveloped, very little risk. It's all about how much we get out of the ground, and we won't know that until we get it. The horizontal well, it is just strictly going vertical, turning horizontal and linking the oil plates together. And it's a matter of how far and how linked that you get and how much you produce. Historically, you're going to do 400,000 to 500,000 barrels of oil.
Wow.
And 500,000 barrels of oil from one well, I mean, at $60 oil, that's $30 million. It's pretty much going to cost us right at 6.2. So you're looking at what, 5.5 times your money back per every well you drill.
Yeah.
And we
That's per well.
per well. And I have
How many wells do you have?
on that Oklahoma, I have slated 10 wells to drill, so we can take it to a 300 million project for 62 million.
All right, Andy, let's have a little bit of fun. Billy Bob Thorne's watching this interview right now. What are some things that you would tell him about the oil business from one landman to another landman?
Well, first of all, I am not a landman. I'm the guy in the Billy Bob Thornton that owns the company. Billy Bob Thornton is not even a landman in the show. Billy Bob is a supervisor. However, the only thing that I would tell Billy Bob is stay away from the set when they're doing their fictitious oil project. Because the only two things, and I've watched every episode, A, the very first show or two, he's beside an oil well where they got it on the side and the wellhead is over here. When you have a problem, it's going to be where the wellhead is. The second thing is, I'm not aware of any cartel planes that ever landed in West Texas. But other than that, good show, good rendition of what happens in the oil business. And
Wait, hold on 1 second. Yes? Really? Billy just called. He'd like to put you as a cameo on the show. Are you going to do it?
Oh yeah, I'm in. I'm all over it.
All right, if you were on the show, if you had a
Yes.
cameo on the show, what would be your role? What would you be?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I'd be the owner, the guy that died in the show. And
The guy that, what was his name? A great actor.
yeah,
Ham.
yeah, and his wife.
John Hamm.
Yeah, John Hamm. I'd be, yeah, there's no doubt about it. I'd have to have her as my wife.
I thought he played a really good role. That was a great role for him.
That's 100% what happens in the oil business. When I was talking earlier about the team, he's the owner. He's putting up all the money. So I'm the liaison behind the money and the investors. I make sure they get paid. Billy Bob and all of those guys are out making sure the well's producing. And when you're having problems, because there are things like in the show, the first 2 or 3 days, people died because they were unsafe crawling up, unsafety tools, and that's what they have to manage and make sure that people use during a drilling project.
It is a dangerous job. Like drilling for oil is it is a man's business.
Yeah, I'll tell you the other part that's dangerous on that show is you remember the part of the show when they all passed out because they went
Yeah.
H2S gas? You sniff it, you're gone.
Huh?
You sniff it, smell it, you're dead.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
H2S is not fun.
What is that?
It's a type of gas,
And that's usually like
comes out of the ground.
comes out of the ground.
And that's those little yellow deals that they have on their deals, and it's an H2S gas detector. It lets them know if it's detected, it'll ring a bell. They have to run, get the trucks, and masks, and there's safety precautions.
I think
but
sometimes they just have to keep people alive in the movie just to keep the movie going.
that's true. They had to, for sure. Interesting show though. It's pretty accurate, real accurate.
It's made your industry very interesting. I think
Yes.
it's the first oil show that made me want to learn about the oil business.
Oh, absolutely. One of the things it does is, as long as I've been selling oil and gas working interest, most people ask the question, I don't know enough about it. Nowadays, I'm going to tell you, because of that show, people go, no, I get it, I got it.
Well, when you say Permian Basin, I know it because of that show.
That's right. And you would be surprised that over in East Texas, they have the same type of zones. It's just not Permian. You know, like one of the wells that I drilled with Marathon, we drilled into James Lime. And in the James Lime's a big gas producer. We lit up a town. You could turn every light off in the town, but from all the gas that came out in the well, it lit it up. Skies, you can light it up out here at night.
Take a quick second and talk about what you're experiencing here in Canada, Toronto, Canada today. What's been your experience so far coming out here?
Interesting. Wasn't really sure how the country and passport at the airport was going to be, but since I actually got to the show, I'm pleasantly surprised. There's a lot of people here. It is a Bitcoin show, and
AI, a little AI too.
And not a big oil and gas show, but I'm not here for the oil and gas part. I'm here for the investors.
You caught the Blue Jays game last night.
Yeah, the Blue Jays game was good, but the U.S. team had to win instead of Toronto. So I did buy my souvenir Toronto hat. So I support
Talk
Toronto.
a little bit about how important it is as a entrepreneur to get in the right room with the right people at the right time.
Well, that's the classic standard operating procedure for an entrepreneur. You got to be in the right place, right time, and you got to find the right people. And situations like this basically put you in that situation. You got plenty. You've got lots of dollars that are following the Bitcoins, and if we can come out here, my son and I, and we can educate some of the high net worth individuals and the investors, we can do it, and there's another avenue for them to diversify.
Well, you just met a guy who's got an insurance fund that he uses to invest.
Yes.
The odds of you meeting a guy like that were probably slim to none before today. Now you guys are talking via text.
That's right.
You got another guy who manages an NFLPA private equity fund.
Yes, sir.
The odds of you connecting with him were probably better than the insurance guy, but both of these connections are totally unique.
Totally. The concept of finding those individuals is it's over the top. So, you know, this is what you look for. It's the right time, right place. So it works.
He's Andy Westmoreland.
Thank you, Chris.
He
Appreciate your time.
is a true landman. He's not no Billy Bob Thornton. I'm glad you came, buddy.
Thank you very much.
All right, now I'm going to get up, look in the camera, tell the camera 3 things